Hello, my name is Brian Soward, CEO of Eocene Health. First of all, I want to thank you for having interest in Eocene Health and its revolutionary remote home monitoring system called the Eocene Ross Health Solution. I'm very excited about our platform and hope that by the end of this educational webinar, you will be as well. This presentation will showcase the fusion of two worlds, basically software-based technology integrated with a health cloud contingency architecture. Collectively, it has revolutionized the way patients and providers access and deliver healthcare within the patient's home. Because we have gone that last mile and we're embedded in the patient's home and life, we titled this presentation, Patient Engagement Redefined. The world is becoming more connected by emerging technology known as the Internet of Things. But just as technology fosters more technology, these same organizations that are delivering these capabilities are actually focused on developing the Internet of Everything. The difference is, with Internet of Things, people are just connecting different devices to the Internet. But with the Internet of Everything, you're actually creating a fully integrated, seamless, connected life. This presentation will show you how our interpretation of how healthcare can be integrated into a patient's seamless connected life. Before we dive below the surface and showcase how we change the landscape of communicating with patients, I want to provide an overview of Eocene, including the scalability and flexibility of the platform. Eocene Health is a ubiquitous, patient-centric, device-agnostic, contingency architecture health cloud based on patient permissions and provider authorizations, meaning that we can manage any type of patient, connect any diagnostic device, and share with any healthcare professional. I always include this comic because I think it frames the industry perfectly. Give it to me straight, doc. How long do I have to ignore your advice? One of the major contributing factors of our increase in healthcare expenditures is because we have always been a reactive society. Obviously, the new healthcare and payment reform is trying to migrate patients and providers to be more proactive. This is exemplified with the triple aim of providing better healthcare to more patients for less money. The Center of Disease Control and Prevention says we cannot effectively address the escalating healthcare costs without addressing the problems of chronic conditions. This slide exemplifies that 75 cents of every healthcare dollar spent on treating patients with chronic conditions, 83 cents for state programs, and up to 96 cents for federal programs. We won't be able to move the needle if we don't place a focus on managing patients with chronic conditions. Another example is the fact that patients with 2 or more of the 9 selected chronic conditions have increased more than 20% over a 10-year period. It shows we're trending in the wrong direction. Couple that with the fact that patients with 2 or more chronic conditions are twice as expensive as patients suffering from 1, and patients with 3 or more are 4 times. As you can see, the expense exponentially increases. How does healthcare fit into the Internet of Things, or the Internet of Everything? Along the bottom, you'll see a collection of devices representing the Internet of Things, which when utilized by the scope of services offered through technology verticals you see across the top section, collectively they represent the Internet of Everything. Offering this Internet of Everything will not only create more stickiness with your patient base, but we feel you will also experience additional residual revenue sources. With constant reduction in reimbursement, suppliers need to offer a multitude of services to their customers. The idea is to provide convenient and efficient services while creating the opportunity to sell more products to their current customers. This presentation details the health application specifically and showcases the benefits of our revolutionary platform enabling you to remotely manage your patients and provide unprecedented patient engagement directly to your patient's home. Here are 4 pinnacle distinctive attributes of the Eocene Ross Health solution. The first one, patient dashboard. I know other competitors have it, but none are displayed on the patient's TV. Think of this as a fluid billboard that you control and patients view every day. You can display upcoming doctor appointments, pertinent RSS feeds, basically online articles based on disease states, for example, daily articles from the ADA for diabetes, exercise videos, educational videos, nutritional suggestions, maybe daily recipes, again based on disease states, or tips based on disease states. This not only fosters an environment for success, but serves as a tool for your patients to help remind them what they should be focusing on that day. Second is our health cloud. That's our contingency architecture that analyzes the patient's habits and diagnostic results in order to identify each and every intervention point you want to acknowledge. This is similar to our competition as well. Third is our automated coaching. This is probably one of the greatest efficiencies the system offers regarding healthcare. It provides you the ability to react to any situation or intervention point that occurs, no matter how insignificant, meaning that your case managers or health coaches that traditionally need to distinguish between episodic events that warrant attention due to sheer volume of patient activities versus resources like case managers and hours in the day, to developing an automated triage care plan that delivers consistent, accurate messages at every intervention point, no matter how minute, and delivers documentation of exactly when the patient received the intervention message. The last one is called Direct Connect. It's a feature that has multiple functions today and will only become more valuable as telemedicine continues to migrate physician payments for telehealth services. Today, it is used as a tool for the case manager and/or physician to request on-demand phone calls or virtual visits with the patient. The system includes a VoIP phone, HD camera, enabling you to communicate with the patient, permission of course, anytime you desire. I'll highlight specific scenarios later in the presentation. This is a view of the Eocene Ross Health Solution looking through the eyes of the clinician. Their online portal offers unrestricted, unlimited access from any device that connects to the internet. Whether you're looking up on-demand reports regarding a specific patient, or investigating an alert or notification that the system generated, the clinician dashboard was designed to be very user-friendly and easy to access and navigate. Who is our target market? Well, we feel our target market is any organization that is at risk or participates with shared savings, capitated plans, or some type of bundled payments. Typically, about 10% of their population will benefit greatly from this technology by enabling the organization to identify patients at every intervention point and engage in some fashion, which will ultimately reduce patient exacerbations. Although we strongly believe there is most certainly a retail application of the future, which family members or the like will want to participate with a subscription cost. Again, our immediate target is healthcare organizations trying to reduce their frequent flyers or recently discharged patients from returning to the ER. Once we've identified the at-risk population, we then determine what type of diagnostic equipment is warranted based on their disease states. This slide displays our current diagnostic devices that are integrated within the Eocene Ross Health Solution. The Eocene platform is device agnostic and can integrate any device that has some type of upload functionality. Our preferred connectivity is the Bluetooth Medical Health Device Standard Protocol, which has been approved and published by the FDA. After we have identified the patient and what devices they will receive, everything gets loaded into the patient's Eocene profile. All of the hardware, including the devices, will be provisioned for that patient as a plug-and-play system before it arrives at their home, providing the patient a system that is completely integrated and ready to test out of the box. We also generate monthly or quarterly population reports based on the desire of the healthcare organization. The Eocene Ross Health Solution is accessible from any and all electronic devices the patient may have. For example, the patient can use their TV or tablet or laptop or all three. The devices simply act like a portal into the Eocene Ross Health Solution, providing them unrestricted, unlimited access to their personal health record and personal care plan. Patients have full access to all of their health data. So if they want to go back and look at trends, they can select to view any disease state over a single day, week, month, or specific time period. Case managers are pinnacle in patient engagement in the industry's effort to achieve the triple aim of providing better health care to more patients for less money. Because case managers are on the front line, they probably more than anyone fall victim to data overload and could use a helping hand in delivering consistent, accurate messages and education to the patient at the correct intervention points. Due to limited time and resources, case managers today have had to dedicate their efforts to higher escalated health events and let some of those tedious, habitual patient activities go without action. The Eocene Ross Health solution will empower the case manager to deliver their messages consistently and accurately at every intervention point, no matter how small. We offer that as our automated case management triage solution. Now case managers can push messages with videos, with patient surveys, etc., constantly with an attempt to try and change the habits of the patient. Ultimately, if the Ross Health case management triage is exhausted, after a predetermined time approved by the healthcare provider, the case manager is notified and suggested to request a phone call directly to the patient or possibly schedule a virtual visit. Through the provided VoIP phone and HD camera, every Ross Health solution enables a case manager or provider to have a non-face-to-face communication with their patients directly through the patient's current TV. This offers a myriad of opportunities, some of which have been solicited by CMS through the recently approved CPT code 99490 offering chronic care management, as well as annual wellness visits and other telehealth services that are offered and reimbursed by CMS through the 2015 Physician Fee Schedule. In an effort to provide a three-dimensional, well-rounded patient program that will foster a healthier lifestyle, the Ross Health solution incorporates not only managing diagnostic data, but continuing education on specific disease states, daily exercise programs, suggested nutritional dietary programs, etc. Again, using ambient motivation and daily reminders to help promote a healthier lifestyle. This slide offers a suggestion to welcoming each patient into the program and a way to personalize each patient's experience. After plugging in the box for the first time, the patient will have an introductory video from the provider explaining the expectations and opportunity the system represents in respect to empowering and educating the patient, as well as instructions to a library of videos within the Ross platform that will instruct and guide the patient on how to use the Ross Health system and diagnostic devices. The next step would be to take an initial health risk assessment. This way we can capture some baseline diagnostic data for the case manager or clinician to review. In step 3, we ask the patient to perform physical fitness assessment, basically asking them to watch a short video and mimic what they see while we record them with the HD camera. After we have captured their baseline diagnostics and recorded their activity level, then in step 4, the case manager will designate a care plan and fitness plan for the patient to participate with. Step 5 is tracking the progress and establishing some type of rewards for the patient based on successful adherence or performance. We'll speak more about this on the next slide. Final step would be to evaluate the patient at the end of each 12-week period and ultimately advance them to the next level. We know that everyone sticks to a program longer and maintains a higher level of adherence if there's some type of reward system, whether it's monetary reward or a free movie credit or whatever. Rewards could initially be based on adherence to prescribed testing regimens. Are they tested regularly? Then maybe graduate to be based on percentage of results falling within their desired target ranges. Ultimately, we want to keep the patient engaged as long as possible. If the patients receive rewards, you'll have a higher retention rate and better outcomes. In summary, the driving force behind adherence and adoption is the fact that the Eocene Ross Health solution connects directly to the patient's TV. Seniors, which is our target market, not only spend an average of over 5.5 hours a day in front of the TV, but they've used their TV their entire life and is a very natural form of communication and education. We understand that hardware and software cannot solve the industry's problems alone, but we don't believe that healthcare providers can either. It takes a blend of technology and human touch to make a difference. Thank you for your time, and I look forward to answering any questions.